How often have we heard these words? I didn't mean it, or I was angry, so I said it. Funnily enough, I was having this conversation today in the car with my boyfriend, and he was telling me that in an argument, people say things to hurt one another. Agree? I also had a similar conversation with my brother-in-law, and this was about a couple of months back, and he was telling me that when people fight, you find the truth comes out. So maybe we can't handle the truth. Agree? This is what I think. I rarely try to hurt people. My gift is not the gift of the cab, and whereas two people can go at it and keep saying things to stab, wound and hurt, I can't do that. I'm not a fast talker, so when I say something, I really mean it. Now I know when people talk and reminisce about past times, which this is, something I enjoy doing, but sometimes it brings up negative feelings because, and I've mentioned this before, I am a feeling type of the Enneagram, and once you say things to me in a temper or whatever, then especially if it was said is signed to hurt me, then I'm gonna get upset or angry. And then once I happen to get angry, it actually looks like I actually want to kill that person, because there is a lot of anger there. Because even though things have happened and they are in the past, as time has moved on, there is still something there. Now I know people say, let it go, but it is very hard, especially when I was deeply hurt, or because no one at that point was willing to address it with me. What that does is it puts a stress on me, and once it gets talked about again, I am ready to react because it was never fully resolved. Okay, you've heard people say I got angry and I said some things, or I was angry about that, but I moved on. Notice the word angry, because they expressed their anger at the time. These people who do are better at moving on and forgiving. But anger, for some people, including me, it's intimidating and threatening, especially when two people are going at it. But with me, I try and suppress my anger. Now, take a moment. Getting angry is a normal human emotion. It's a sign to stop something happening to us that we feel should not be happening, or times it can mean that a boundary has also been crossed. So we need to work out what it is. Or the point is, because other people get angry and they explode, they say hurtful things, they start to swear, all the things that I actually despise, I actually try and push those parts to myself down, which for me causes a whole manner of problems. That is how a couple of people might think of me as resentful. Now I'm not, or because my anger wasn't expressed and I didn't feel safe or comfortable to, that thing that got me upset in the first place is never going to be resolved. I'm never going to forgive that person and move on, if you know what I mean. I feel it's wrong to get angry. So I think it's wrong when other people get angry. And it's just a vicious cycle. People that seem to get angry quicker, I'm actually jealous of. I actually am. And I remember having a conversation with a family member, and I said, I wish I could be like you. I wish I could get angry and that's it, done, forgotten about. And that person actually came to me and said, well, actually, I'm jealous of you. I'm like, me, why? Because you're more restrained, and if somebody said something like that to me, I would fly off the handle. And I was like, okay, but that's not helping me, because I want to be able to get angry. No, actually, I've thought about this for a long time, and actually, I do get angry. I do, but there's only one person who I feel comfortable getting angry around, and that's my boyfriend. Even when I get angry, I never try and hurt him. I never try and hurt him. Basically, I try and keep my anger tasks specified, if you know what I mean by like that. So, say, for example, I'd asked him to pick me up outside the shops at 2 o'clock and he comes at 2:30, 3 o'clock. Then I'd get angry at that instead of, oh, do you remember the last time you forgot to pick me up late too? You just keep it. This is what I do when I get angry now. It's tasks specified. I can't say the words. But it helps me move on. You know, so I think it is good that people explode once they have had enough. But at the same time, I disagree that whilst in a temper, people can say some pretty hurtful stuff. People can turn around and go, oh, but I didn't mean it, or blah blah blah, and he said this to me, and I'm just thinking, I would never do that to you, so don't do it to me. You know, because then I have to work on letting it go. I have to work on, I mean, don't get me wrong, it depends what the nature of the argument is about. If it is more serious, then, you know, I might take it to heart, and then I have to let all that go if I can. But the point is, people are thoughtless. People say words all the time, and I have to carry at times the weight of words. People think, oh yeah, I got angry and I said this, but now you ought to be over it. And you're like, well, hang on, the things you said were really hurtful, and I will right myself to be angry over that. But this is my problem with people who think it's okay to name call or do whatever or say whatever they think they can in a temper. Cool down and come and talk to me afterwards. That's the message that I want to get across.